New World Order, motherfucker. New weird order. Man, I know you guys have probably seen this stuff. I wanted to just personally go look at the Twitter machine, look at everything that was going on about it. It's been brewing up for a long time, and what kicked it off was there was like a 17-year-old that stabbed some little girls or something. And then so all the people are kind of coming out. They're getting sick of these people coming in, getting fast tracked in, getting all the benefits, and you know how it goes here, man. Shout out to the chat. Let's see if my computer can not shit the bed tonight. I appreciate everyone for being here, but we're gonna get into this a little bit, and I can tie it into something that I've wanted to talk about for a little bit. So this one here says migrant gangs are targeting native Brits and curb stomping them in Birmingham. The media won't show you this. I'm not scared to shy away from really any topic here on this channel. I think it's ridiculous that people say there are certain things that you're not allowed to, certain weeds you're not allowed to go into or whatever. Outrageous if you're trying to be intellectually honest, in my opinion. Now, this is one camera, one person's perspective, one city's perspective, and we will see if this holds up. Now, before I get into this video, I know there was they were shitting on Elon because he basically said a civil war is inevitable in the UK. And the politicians out there were basically threatening X with all kinds of sanctions and stuff, claiming X is some of the reasons, spreading misinformation, and X is, allowing people to link up and meet up to perform these demonstrations. Real quick here, yeah, they say he said civil war is inevitable. Prime Minister Kerry Stramer's spokesperson responded to the comment Monday saying there was no justification for those remarks. I disagree. I think it's a powder keg ready to explode. It's been brewing for a long time. There's much tension worldwide with this type of thing. And add to the fact that these people may be there intentionally, these military age men may be there intentionally as a standing army. It says the UK has been rocked by violence after the killing of 3 children in a stabbing incident at a Taylor Swift themed dance and yoga class in Southport last week. What we've seen in this country is organized violent thuggery that has no place on our streets or online. We are talking about a minority of thugs that do not speak for Britain, the spokesperson said. Now, when they say minority, they mean what they call the alt-right, just white people, or not even white people, natives to that land, standing up and taking to the streets and standing out against violent migrants that are just getting flooded in there. Musk criticized Starmer on Monday over his statements on ensuring the safety of Muslim communities and mosques in the UK. The ex-CEO replied to Starmer's post asking, shouldn't you be concerned about attacks on all communities? Misinformation on social media is banning the flames. There was something I read earlier, maybe I can get into it, but it was something along the lines of they do have new laws coming into place, but not until the end of the year over there concerning social media, misinformation, stuff like that, and extreme fines, but these laws don't go into effect until the end of the year. So right now is the time for these people to gather, I guess, and yeah, here we go. That's another talking point that I've seen on the news is they say 2-tier policing system over here, saying that when the migrants have their little dust ups or whatever before this, they just say these are disenfranchised young men. They're trying to, you know, alleviate the system for themselves and blah blah blah. But then when the same types of things happen when it's the native population doing it, then they're saying, "Oh well, this is just thuggery." That was the words that they were saying tonight. Just pure thuggery. What's up, Benton? Good to see you. I wonder what Benton thinks about these UK race riots, if he's really gotten into it at all or not. But that link's up there if you feel free to click it if you want. But this is the first one I see here. It's migrant gangs targeting native Brits and curb stomping them in Birmingham. So if it gets too like violent, I'll have to shut it down. Not the stream, but this video.
Oh, look at this.
Get 'em.
Oh, the battery.
It might be getting a little too hot here for me to keep going. But yeah, they attack the guy. Now they're gonna show the opposite on the mainstream media. They're gonna show the people that they call the alt-right, which is basically anyone that stands against us. They just immediately label them alt-right and say that these people are the ones performing violence. Yeah, this is a meme here to show what they're saying, the two-tiered police system. Kill the infidels while the police stand by and say, "We're here to protect you." And the native of the UK says, "I just don't want my children to get stabbed." And they say, "You're going to jail, Nazi." I saw several videos of them pulling people out of their homes, knocking on their doors for what they called incendiary posts on social media. Now, tonight, I'm not going to just sit here and play these clips of these. I do want to see these just for my own self, though. I want to see this stuff. I did want to tie this into what they call fifth generation warfare. I think that's something I personally haven't seen it, but I'm almost certain that Days of Noah has probably covered that fifth generation warfare, and it's the idea that there's all these different generations of warfare that aren't necessarily concurrently evolving into the next stage. They kind of bleed into the next one, then they're all happening at one time in the modern day, all the way up till now. So it's like first generation warfare was Braveheart, two lines of soldiers charging at each other. And then second generation warfare was guns. It's more long range. Third generation warfare is like World War II, planes, tanks, everything like that. It gets bigger and better. And then fourth generation warfare, they call like insurgencies. So it's not like entire countries at war. It's just small insurgencies and guerrilla warfare tactics. And then what they there's books written. There's a lot of debate on what fifth generation warfare really is, but the basics of it is kind of like what you see now. It's a lot of it's about perception management, uh, information control, and information war. Interestingly, as Alex Jones likes to call it, the information war. It's about creating consent from people or using already existing like flaws in these country systems and exploiting those flaws to create bigger rifts and weaker by like social divides amongst the people. Get the people divide and conquer basically. And there's a lot that goes into this, what they call fifth generation warfare, and we will get into it. And Benton says right here exactly what it is. It is a war for your mind. That's basically what it is. Yeah, 5G. I believe it does coincide with 5G. You talk about all this stuff being rolled out. Definitely concerted effort, in my opinion. You have right now we're at the PlayStation 5, right? Not necessarily the fifth level of gaming, but that's what they call it. They call it PlayStation 5. They're in the EBT talks about they're in like the fifth generation of the emissions, diesel engine emissions and all that, as those tiers go up every few generations or whatever, there's more and more restrictions and everything that they need to install. And so you kind of see that on a industry wide scale across all different industries. They're calling everything like 4G, 5G, fifth generation, and everything like that. Tranquil Vortex, our lovely Nana, good to see you in Australia, says the MSM told Australians we are at probable terror threat. I did see something. I should see if I can pull it up, Miss Tranquil Vortex. There was a video I saw earlier today that was about getting a digital passport over there, like a digital identification that would run on a social credit score in Australia, and you would have to give up 100 points of identification. I thought they meant like 100 different things, but certain different, like a driver's license counts as X amount of points and something else counts as X amount of points. You have to give them literally 100 points worth of uh, identification to get online and agree that the police are going to track and monitor everything you say and do online. And that's happening here also over in the UK with this. EBT says Tier 5 is coming, part of the chemical generation machine for the nano particulate aerogel blue beam project. Digital ID laws have been made, Ms. Tranquil Vortex says. Shouting at Clouds is here. Good to see you. It says true diversity and immigration is a union busting technique originally created by Forbes. I didn't notice Steven's in the back. Nobody likes Steven. We're just gonna let him sit back there. Hi, you little bitch. Hi, you little bitch, sanity machine. He's my favorite reaction channel on all of YouTube. We call him the reaction channel. All he does is play clips and react to it. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm doing the same thing here, but he likes to pretend and LARP that he's some type of intellectual channel or something that he's not. Every time he comes on, the numbers plummet. Just can't do it tonight, Steven. So get the fuck out. He has the worst commenters on all of YouTube. Literally, Jeep girls in there. Pajit girl. Some people that watch Paul Enslaved unironically also watch the reaction machine. Hi, Steven. You can sit backstage all night if you'd like. Feel free. He's such a little bitch. A lot of good comments already here before I move on. Kelly Kibo says, years ago, I noticed the riots in Patriots when one of the Jonas Brothers' wife was on the cover of a magazine with a tank top with the word Patriots. It wasn't a jersey and hit me very strange. Feel you. Texas was famous for lynching the diversity union scabs. Yeah, this has happened in the past, right? Like race riots and everything like that. I'll click this account. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure if they're posting that one, everything else is kind of similar. England is finished. It says lower class whites are looting the store. What do they call those chicks? They call them like slabs or some shit like that. Is that what they call them? Yeah, interesting that they have the whites that look just like when I was live streaming from the George Floyd, but it was all the blacks. And this one's all the whites. So they push these hip hop culture and everything like that for so long. And these show every commercial. These are the cool people. These are the bosses. The white man's the dumb, incompetent person. And then the youth grows up, buying into that meme, and then they're out here now participating in that type of behavior right now. Let's see if this guy's got any more here. Oh yeah, this was the Sky News crew. A masked man with a knife followed a Sky News crew and stabbed the wheels of their van. This isn't the exact one I saw earlier. One that was they were talking about. It was all riders out there rioting, And meanwhile, the camera was just showing nothing but brown people with knives. This is a different one, though. Let's see what this one is.
Free Palestine.
But I think, apologies for the language you're hearing, but essentially.
Do not mind Amy. He's seen us. No.
He's gonna us.
Gonna do the same to us.
Got him. Now, none of these guys over there have the guns, do they? UT says a slab is a big panfish. No, I think it's slag. S-L-A-G. Yeah, Tranquil Vortex calls them, slags. That's like the little hose over there. They call them slags. They dress like hookers out in the street. Pretty crazy. Apparently, when migrants threatened to hurt English people with firearms, the British police just looked the other way. Okay, I know people over there got them, man. They don't like to show them. Definitely people got them over there. There's got to be some like undercover gunsmiths or something like that. Oh, this is the baby dolls. We just covered this the other night on the Toilet Bowl Earth stream. So make sure you go follow Toilet Bowl Earth channel here on YouTube. Give them a subscriber, Reno. Hit him up with them liker dues. And he's got on the last live stream he did, if you want to go see it, we covered this phenomenon here. It's these women, they go to a convention. The one we looked at the video there's an entire convention.
You know, you're the best, mommy.
They have all these fake babies and different sizes, shapes, even like alien looking babies, like warlock looking babies, Shrek looking babies, and mermaid babies. But a lot of them are super hyper realistic babies, and it's an entire culture about it. They buy them bottles and everything like that. This is pretty wild.
Ooh, her hair's blowing in the wind.
Look at that hair. It's so cute.
Yay!
It's so cute.
She's
Like her
so
artist did like a
happy.
two-tone on her. Yes.
Oozy, oozy. Yeah, she's
Look at my belly button.
Our conclusion from looking into that was like lonely women, but definitely there's got to be some weirdos that are there just to buy the dolls to do weird shit to them. Gotta be. They're leaving Tim Walz's house. Kamala's people are leaving Tim Walz's house in Minnesota. Got to be the worst governor in the United States. Let's see what this one is quick.
Major U.S. city to allow the Islamic call to prayer to be.
Yeah, okay. They're talking about Minneapolis because Minneapolis allows the Islamic call to prayer.
Minneapolis is now the first major U.S. city to allow the Islamic call to prayer to be broadcast 5 times a day, starting at dawn. Mayor Jacob Fry signed it into law today. Kaya Edwards spoke with Muslim leaders about the change.
So a major U.S. city is allowing the Islamic call to prayer to be broadcasted over loudspeakers for the whole city to hear.
This is what it comes down to, man, in my opinion, is that the white people got to do something because it's like they're going to be called racist regardless. So you might as well just stand up and defend your homelands because you're going to be outbreeded real soon. Maybe 2 more generations or so. I don't know. But it's kind of the last chance, I think, for the white man to stand up and try to recapture their own home countries that they already have and regain the political power where they need it, because what will happen, it'll be just like this. It'll be Muslim call to prayer, be Muslim takeover, Sharia law. They want to come in and invade these countries and take them over. They don't want. What do you think they're going to do to you when you're the undercast of this society? You're already called a racist right now. It's going to be worse when they can demonize you, worse when they have the greater numbers.
5 times a day. Do you get it now? Do you start to understand what they're doing? Keep in mind, the same people who have a problem with the 10 Commandments being in our schools in America are quiet as hell about this. It's crickets from the other side. And it blows my mind because these people don't come here because they hate America. They actually love America. They want it for themselves. They want their lifestyles and religions, but here with our freedoms. And they're taking it piece by piece. And it is our mayors and governors and senators that are allowing this to happen. We're going to lose this country.
Hopefully toilet bowl shows up. It might be past its bedtime. I'm not sure. We kind of got into that the other night on that same stream we had with the babies. Is about, I think he thinks this is all like a right-wing meme, an alt-right meme or something, that it's not really. I don't want to put words in his mouth for sure, but that's the impression I was getting, that it's just kind of like agitprop online, which to a degree I agree that it certainly is, but it's also real. It's happening right now. It's going hot right now in the UK.
Afghanistan. The money, the 40 million a week that comes on the airplane and comes into Afghanistan. The amount of money on the plane weekly is 43 million to 87 million. But one thing I want Americans to understand is in that bucket of the 40 million we send each week, we are
40 million what? Dollars? She's not talking about 40 million people.
paying basically welfare to the Taliban martyrs' families. So every Taliban member who died during the war with us, the U.S. government is paying them a stipend, the family. So our families of Americans who died there aren't getting squat, but we are paying Taliban families for basically dying while attacking us.
Whoa.
We're funding that.
This is just it.
Who's the fake Dana White here? I don't know who this guy is. I need that one fact checked, man. Is that real? They're paying Taliban widows? We got to look that up, man.
And
that's real. That's crazy.
Raging.
And, you know, I asked a couple of people that question straight out, like, do you know?
She does look like a tweaker, though, so I don't know if I trust that.
Not think this is not ethically correct. And actually, one person gave me an answer of, well, it'll stop them from joining ISIS. I'm like, the Taliban guy's already dead. They give you these bullshit excuses as to why they're funding our enemies. And
I think that's Tanya Harding. Is that way? She's done with the Olympics, so she's moved on to alt-right.
Nope. First of all, Israel can take care of herself. If Israel is forced to the wall, the possibility of nuclear exchange is extremely high. That is why it is very important that the United States provide the material aid to Israel and that they also dissuade Hezbollah from...
Somebody's backstage. Let's see who's here. Hey!
What's happening?
It's everyone's favorite.
Am I here?
Benton. Mr. Nightmare
Am I here?
Dystopia himself. What's up, man?
What's up? Am I here or not?
Oh, yeah, you're here.
Okay, cool.
Sound is good. Sound's on point.
Yeah, you know, I heard that lady talking about the 40 million or whatever. First thing I'd say is we probably should just start converting that to billion, because it's really, the common person can't follow all these numbers. So like how many, it's 0.00 what? You know, it's like 0.004 billion. Is that what 40 million is? You know, 40 million is nothing, right? Like I'm not saying $40 million in the context of the government is nothing. It really isn't anything. But, you know, I don't think it should be given to people in foreign lands. However, at this point, the people put up with it. So it's what the people deserve. And it's going to continue to happen.
Deserve, right?
100%, man. So it's like the job market. People want to, you know, the inflation and the low wages and all of this, which, by the way, wages do not increase over time compared to inflation. Wages stay the same. But until people start staying home in mass, nothing's going to change. So you run your mouth all you want. As long as people keep paying taxes while the tax money is being used in these ways, why would anything change?
Here's a video here, not to change the subject, but just
go ahead, man.
Nassau County, New York has just passed a law banning the use of face masks in public. Woke leftists dragged out of the building.
Person was arrested.
A couple years ago, they were forced. You had to have it to get in. Now they pull you out again if you have it. That's some fuckery.
Hey, that's cog dis of the highest order, right? Literal double team.
Yeah, definitely. Have you followed much of this UK
No, I hear bits and pieces, but I just can't. I can't cope with this stuff anymore.
The race riots, basically.
Yeah, I can't deal with it. Brits do love to fist fight though, so I think they're enjoying it on some level.
You think they love it?
Some of them do. The soccer hooligans and the bare knuckle boxing and all of that, but it's not a good thing overall, of course. But
Got to look it up here. I don't. UK riots. And but basically the whole idea is they're just blaming when the white people do it, it's like bad. But whenever it's the brown people do it, it's like, oh, they're just, they're just
but
system or whatever.
We have that in the States. It's when the black people riot, it's bad. But when a sports championship happens and white people riot, it's just like a nothing burger. The white people burn half the city down because of a sports right. event, and that's just neither here nor there. But black people riot, so we kind of have our own version of that here.
What do you think that play is there? Do you think they're just trying to like disenfranchise the white man, or what do you think?
I have no idea, but as far as the United States, it's clear that the corporations are going to do whatever they have to do to continue to have access to cheap labor. I mean, that's what's happening here, in my opinion. It's all about cheap labor for the corporations, especially with what's going on, with Wall Street and this big sell-off. And, now everybody's licking their lips thinking that the Fed's going to start lowering rates again, which I don't think is going to happen. But, all these people care about is
those headlines today, but I didn't go down the rabbit hole on it. Wouldn't you know a lot about that one today?
Well, not a lot, but all these people care about is cheap money for big banks, because that all they care about is easy money, right? So the higher the rates go, the harder it is to get a loan for anything. And people have forgotten that 1965 to 1982 was a period of time known as the Great Inflation. Rates topped out about 18% in the late 70s, and when rates are 18%, nobody who's not already rich with collateral and excellent credit can get a loan for literally anything. There's no more of these car loans for somebody that works at McDonald's. There's no more of these, mortgages just to whoever, that shit's gone. And it's got to go one of two ways. The rates are either going back to zero, in my opinion, effectively zero, or they're going to end up, raising the rates and actually getting the inflation under control, which even that won't last forever. But again, these are my opinions. So keep that in mind.
This is not financial advice, everyone.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
But
it's just disgusting.
LA.
Yeah, we're in LA. Real quick, I just think it's disgusting because I can see these traders and all of these financial people they're gleefully, the prospect of low rates has them gleeful, and they know that poor people pay more for a gallon of milk because of the hidden tax of inflation, and they don't care. It's the poor person's fault for being poor. They should work harder, right? It's the poor person's fault for being lazy. While the traders, what do? What's their hard work? It's disgusting, man. I'm disgusted by the whole thing. I really am.
Yeah, I wish I knew more about it. I don't really know that much about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's really all you need. I mean, there's not a lot to know. When the Fed has rates super low, like they've been since 08, 09, that just means that the banks basically get free money. That's really what that means. And it's the constant expansion of the credit of the money supply through what they call quantitative easing, and just making all of these loans that makes new money. And that which creates inflation. I mean, it's not that complicated. But yeah, go ahead.
Do you think that they want the rates higher then, so that only like BlackRock and stuff can buy the rest of the property up?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm not. I know just enough to be kind of dangerous. I really can't address that. But what I will say is that high rates favors people who live below their means and save money. Low rates favors people who are going to spend the money as quickly as they can make it, or who, have actual wealth and hard assets. So what we have is the people who already live here are living way above their means, and they're worshiping the national religion of consumerism. But then the people who are coming to the country culturally are people who are going to work a bunch of jobs. They're going to live 20 to a house, and they're going to live below their means. So that makes me think that it's probably going to be high rates for years, but that's just my opinion. Who knows? My predictions are not good historically.
Right. I'm glad you're here. I wanted to tell you about my story of like society breaking down. I know you like to talk about
good.
Society's over ever since COVID. Basically, no one can help you. So I got, for my job, they give me 3 weeks off for the baby, and it's paid, but I got to get them like the proof of the baby, right? So we go into the birth certificate office, pay the fee, and then they're just like, well, your baby was born when our system was down, so it'll be done sometime today. We'll just call you. And then we're like, okay, is it like an hour or like later? Should we wait or what? They're like, oh, we'll call you.
Well,
it's been a week.
Can I interrupt?
I haven't heard it. And then
okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's been a week and we still haven't heard from them. We called them back and everything, so I can't get that. And then so there was another way I could verify my thing to get paid for my leave, and then it was like I had to go to the doctor and get them to fill out this thing, and I send them all the forms and everything. I still can't get that back, and we got to like call and harass these people like, can you, because I have like a time limit. I have to have this stuff in within a few days or I won't get paid for this whole 3 weeks. And like no one will just step up and say, okay, here, let me get you what you need.
Well, I'm sorry that's happening to you. It's quite unfortunate. And as we know, they just want you to go away, right? Like that's right. The initial thing is, oh yeah, we'll call you, right?
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you will. I'm sure
right.
I'm sure you will.
Like I drove halfway across town with all my kids and like up to get it that day. And then it's like a week later, I still don't have the shit. But it's like, that was the state building. It's like all these like old ladies, overweight black ladies and everything. No one gives a shit. They're like mumbling. You can barely understand what they're saying. Like these are state workers. They're probably making like good money.
Yeah, that's another problem. I'm pretty good at charming the black ladies and getting my way, but that's it's not a skill everybody has. I'm not saying you don't have it. Sometimes it's just impossible and nothing can be done.
Yeah, it's wild though, man. Like it's not like, I don't know, man. I just need someone to handle it. I'm gonna have to call them again tomorrow, and this becomes my life. You gotta. Same problem I had with the pods. You got to just call them every day and like, hey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get a hold of somebody that cares. It's hard to find any of these people that care. I mean, we're talking about
and then
dude, all they got to do is go like type the shit out, right? And type it and hit print. I would think.
But if it really happened when the system was down, they may not. It may be a matter of just getting to the right person who can actually fucking has the access to do it,
Right.
A lot of these underlings, they're not really allowed. They're not given the power to do a lot of stuff,
Yeah,
but
crazy though, man.
I'm not surprised that this is happening, but I'm guessing it's a decent amount of money we're talking about. And, just imagine if
3 weeks pay.
Yeah.
I can't afford to lose all 3 weeks. I'm already like 2 weeks behind now.
But then, what if you did miss the money? It's like in the old days, somebody's going to have to, there's going to be some hell to pay in the olden days, just the driving across town part. Like I can remember in the old days, man, you could really chew somebody's ass over something like that. And like, they would actually like try to make it right and feel kind of bad, and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. We messed up or whatever. Now they don't care that you drove across town. Like they're probably like, why didn't he call? Like, look at this dummy driving across town.
Yeah. That's what they're basically like. It's basically what it seemed like. They wanted me to just fill it out online, but I needed it that day, where if you go in that day, they'll just print it right there on the spot. But then apparently they couldn't do it for me.
And, it is strange how like two different people can have the same, like two people can have like different experiences too. Cause like, for all you know, the next person that rolled in there, they just were nice as can be, and everything went fucking perfectly. It's really bizarre, man.
That's what I was thinking of calling back and doing like a fake black girl voice and see if they'd help me out. Hey girl, I was in there last week, girl. I was looking for my birth certificate.
Yeah, man. So what do you think's gonna happen?
I don't know, bro. I gotta harass him again tomorrow, and if it gets closer to that deadline, I gotta, I guess, call because the payment for the paternity leave or whatever they call it, that's through a whole separate company, and they're a nightmare to deal with too, dude. You can't even get. I don't even want to get. That's a whole nother can of fucking worms there. But it's like
layers.
I'm gonna have to call them eventually and say, hey, like I need an extension or something.
I mean, and I'm kicking myself for not getting rich because like I never cared about getting rich, but now I'm seeing it's just like you pretty much have to be rich just to deal with life. Because like if I was rich, I would just be like, fuck it, who cares? Like I'll just eat the fucking 3 weeks or whatever, And in fact, I did
on that damn Bitcoin or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not intended to be rich in this life for whatever reason, but in truck driving, I did that to some extent. I had such low expenses and I made a decent, weekly check. So there was times when I just it was easier for me to just let some money go than to spend all that time chasing them down. But then obviously when it's enough money, like you're going to do it no matter what, Yeah,
you're going to go back to the driving?
I hope not, man. I'm over it.
I feel you.
I like the driving part. The actual job I love. It's everything else. All these layers of bureaucracy, the horrible treatment. This last company actually tried to tell me that I had to understand and tolerate even more poor working conditions than normal because the rates are low. I said, listen, I'm a company driver. I don't give a damn what the rates are. And I said, and furthermore, when I came into the industry and the rates were high, they didn't give me a bonus. Like nobody breaks me off a piece when the rates are high. So if the rates are low, that's y'all's problem. Y'all are the ones who took a job where you got to worry about the rates. I don't give a fuck about the rates. But, that's another reason to, they bring people that don't even speak English to the country to do my job. Like the joke's on me for doing a job that just any fucking bozo from anywhere in the world can do, apparently.
Right. We got to do like one of these gypsy scams and like get hit by a car, like a work truck or something, jump in front of a work truck or some shit, some slip and fall or some shit.
I've thought about it, but I just don't have it in me. I really don't. But
I had a great chance and I really thought about it. I should have just did it. As there was I'm talking about brand new Goodwill next to my house, like 2 months old Goodwill. They literally built it from scratch and it was raining and I was in there and there was just water pouring in off the fucking roof. I was like, damn, I should just take a flatback bump right here. I kind of stood around and thought about it for a while. I don't know why I didn't do it.
Damn. Well, I broke my foot on the job. If I hadn't taken the workman's comp, I'm sure I could have gotten some kind of settlement.
Was that through the state, the workman's comp?
Yeah, but that's a scam just so that you can't sue them later. Really, that's all that is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah. It's just my opinion, but but I maxed it out. It was like $760 a week or something, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, because this family leave thing I'm doing, it's through like a whole third party. It's such a pain in the ass to deal with these people. I hate it.
Well, and as we know, anybody who has a job like that, they really can't get in trouble for just telling you no to everything. They can only really get in trouble by actually like doing what their job is supposed to be about. They might accidentally do some shit and get in trouble. If they just say no to everything and get you to go away, well, nothing bad for them can happen.
Right.
I mean, it's every man for himself. I mean, and it probably has been for a long time. But.
Definitely exacerbated by COVID. Kind of when the wheels fell off everything. It was already pretty bad, though.
I think that's when we just actually saw, like, wow, this is really what people are like. But I mean, again, we've all got our own opinions about what actually that was. But I mean, between the potential illness and the jabs, I mean, people have been affected. Like, people are even dumber than before. And hell, just the lockdowns made them even dumber. Hell, I'm dumber. I'm dumber than I used to be, Fuck.
JG's backstage. Are you cool with him or no?
Oh, I don't give a fuck. I'll just bounce if he presses me too hard, Come on down.
I just came up to just mind bet and like hit up a Home Depot. You can make some money doing that. Talking to people,
Yeah.
making connections. Yeah, just a reminder.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. That's sage wisdom. I'm sure you've done that yourself many. In fact, I know you've done that many times. So thank you.
Yep.
Where you at now, JG?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah. You on a train?
No idea. Is this real? Am I on Earth?
I like that. Perhaps.
Are you ready for the race riots, JG?
Shit, I've been in them since fucking the 90s.
Nice.
This shit's rough out here. I don't know, man. I'm gonna play some more clips here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, this clip says people are not prepared to talk about the issues of mass migration. It is not sustainable. Not for the working.
I just want to finally bring in Sunil on this. Do you have any reactions to anything you've heard there from either Stephen or Neil?
Yeah, I think Stephen needs to maybe wake up to the reality of what's going on in this country. Two-tier policing exists. We're seeing it and not just two-tier policing. We're seeing it with authorities. We're seeing it at a government level. People are not prepared to talk about the issues of mass immigration. Neil correctly pointed out the changes before Tony Blair. We were around 10 to 20,000 people coming into this country. We're now talking hundreds of thousands. It's unsustainable. It's not going to work. If you keep silencing people like that, this is the outcome. These riots are just the beginning. We should obviously condemn them. We should condemn some of the violent stuff that they're doing. But at the end of the day, until we actually allow this conversation to happen, until we stop labeling logical, common sense, rational people who want to have these discussions, if we keep labeling them as far right, this is just going to carry on. So I think we need a much more open and honest conversation.
Okay,
Yeah, that's kind of the catch-all term there. Alt-right. Remember when it was Tea Party before, when it all kind of kicked off? They were like, "Oh, what are you, a Tea Partyist?"
Well, I disagree with his characterization of logical and rational and reasonable and all of that. That's clearly not true.
But I think he's talking about the white people that are taken to the streets.
Yeah, exactly. That does not describe them.
Why do
they don't behave that way? Because of the state of society. People don't behave that way. They don't behave logically, rationally, and reasonably. If they did, none of this would be happening in the first place. Like, that's a non-starter. That ship has sailed long ago. And in fact, the fact that people watch these talking heads proves that they're not logical and reasonable and rational. Because like the two guys on either end, like the guys in the suits there, their job is not to understand the issues. In fact, neither one of those people understands these issues, or they would not be able to do their jobs. Their job is to convey the information to the audience with a particular vocal tone and a particular facial expression to give the audience a specific to elicit a specific emotional reaction from the audience. And the fact that people don't understand this in 2024, there's no hope. Right. Like, step number one is, and I don't mean you, step number one is the general public. If they were logical, reasonable, and rational, there would be no TV news. It wouldn't exist, because that's just insanity. Watching that and thinking that's real, as if these journalists know anything, as if they're journalists in the first place. Those are paid actors, and their only skill is vocal tone. Their only skill is vocal tone and facial expression. That's it. That's the only thing they're good at. And speaking properly.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to get into a little bit, is what's behind it all is, in my opinion, what they call fifth generation warfare. I don't know if you're familiar with that term, but a lot of it's about, like what you just said, like to invoke an emotional response, psychological manipulation. an info war. I mean, you can't say it any more succinct than that. That's where Alex Jones has been, on the cutting edge of that. Even if he is an actor or a CIA agent or whatever, it doesn't mean that the ideas that he's putting forth aren't true.
Well, and to go back to that clip, that's classic manipulation. These people will sit there and listen to themselves be characterized in a way that they consider complimentary, logical, reasonable, and rational, even though, or whatever words he chose, even though it's not at all true. And number two, it's going to be used to manipulate them, right? It's the buttering up in order to manipulate them, right? Like, to me, it's apparent that that's what's going on.
The brown man was saying it too.
Oh, well, well, yeah, of course. But
the white man's there probably kind of condemning it, I bet. And then the brown man's kind of like, yeah, they're doing the right thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's farcical. I mean, really, the whole thing's a farce. Like, this is part of the reason I can't really follow these. Look, I can't follow the news, not drink myself to death and maintain my sanity simultaneously, right? Like, this is something's got to give, man. Ultimately, Drew's to blame for me no longer being a news junkie. It's your fault, Drew.
It's my fault.
Yeah, but it's definitely a good thing. I'm better off. I'm better off in the long run.
As long as you're better off, I'll take credit for it.
All right, cool.
This one kind of there's all kinds of different definitions of fifth generation warfare depending on who you look at. In the Wikipedia here, it says on the terrorism conducted by individuals such as Timothy McVeigh or Ted Kaczynski, they're saying is
nice.
Fifth generation. I wouldn't necessarily consider that. I would unless you consider that it's not even real, that it's a psychological operation, then you can.
Yeah, man, that's. I need to look into that more. Actually, I think everything I know about it, I learned from you earlier in the stream. So, yeah.
I'll play here's a little 2-minute video. It's kind of hard to get the deep topic, a lot of nuance in it.
War is taking a turn for the cybernetic, and you are now.
Okay, I'm not listening to this dipshit. I don't know who he is. Let's see. But yeah, so the idea is, again, I said it earlier, first generation is what you just saw, the battle lines being drawn, the people running at each other. That's first generation. Second generation, more long-range projectiles. And third generation, like World War II, more planes, tanks, larger weapons, and stuff like that. And then fourth generation, insurgencies, little terroristic groups and everything. And then fifth generation, more psychological operations, ideological subversion, and that type of stuff. But that doesn't mean that now that we're entered the fifth generation warfare, that doesn't mean the fourth generation still doesn't exist, third generation doesn't exist. Now they're kind of all happening simultaneously now. Just because you go to one, it doesn't, like, the other ones don't go away. Yeah, third generation, you got like trenches. I guess you had that in second.
Good evening, my fellow Americans. Tonight I want to talk to you on a subject of deep concern to all Americans and to many people in all parts of the world.
Hands up and come outside. Come outside. Everybody in the house needs to come outside.
Yeah, interesting. It says civilians are now part of the battlefield. The lines between war and politics, combatants, and civilians have blurred, and nation states no longer have monopoly on the battlefield. I would add that those big data companies, that the information are the new nation states. I would make that argument, and they're equally involved in this as well. The data, it's all data driven.
Chinese diplomats themselves. They all work together. For the entire 2 hours. Stealing personal data.
Oh my goodness.
For the first time, the U.S., joined by European allies and NATO partners, publicly condemned China for malicious cyber hacks and directly hiring hackers.
It's got the epic music. Polarization is the enemy. Well, part of it, I would say. But you can't just allow evil people to come. I'm not talking about specifically like the videos I'm showing tonight or something, but you can't just allow evil to take over your land and then just say, well, I don't want to be polarizing, so come on in. Just in any situation.
Well, but see, I don't know, man. Like, what I heard my whole life about America is that it's the great melting pot, right? So if that's true, I mean, what do we expect to happen in the great melting pot? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely, I agree with you there. Definitely meant to be a powder keg, I think. And I long and yearn for a simpler time, like the Rodney King race riots, the Reginald Denny's. Back when life was simpler. You just took a brick to the head and then everyone moved on.
Yeah, rooftop Koreans. Good stuff.
Yeah, you had the rooftop Koreans, you had OJ. Now you got all this social media bullshit, adding way too much nuance to it. It's getting to be too much for old guys like us.
Well, and yeah, absolutely. And the internet, you know, it's supposed to be for nerds, man. It's not supposed to be for everybody. And now everybody's on it. It's completely ruined society. It's a wrap. Pack it up.
Okay, I gotta pull this up. Hold on, I'm gonna pull something up because you said that. I don't know if you've ever heard of this. Hold on. You ever heard of this dungeon synth?
I don't know. What is it? Oh,
this
shit.
Is from 2024. These are like concerts in Texas. This one right here has been up for a month and has almost 200,000 views. It's kind of like video game style music. Stevie J said the idea of 5th Gen is it's possible to be decentralized and the participants and their goal. Good comment. But what this is, there was another one I saw. These are like a big thing where these people go and play. They call it dungeon synth music. But there's actually bitches at these things, dude. These guys have like groupies and shit. So when you said it's
I'm sure
for nerds, these guys are like the ultimate nerds, and there's even like fucking groupies for these types of guys here.
Yeah, this is my point. Like when it's
taking over, dude.
Yeah, but that's the thing is when it's only real quick, if it's only a few people behaving that way, it's great and it adds to society. When everybody starts behaving this way, it's fucking weird.
Yeah, this is it right now, bro. This is 324 Rockstar right here. This is Nirvana.
Bro, I saw a video where Young Lean performed at some concert and just like plugged his phone into the mixer and everybody went nuts. He was just playing shit off his phone.
That's all it is now. Look at this dude's got the bitches. You know Aphrodite would be at this thing right here. It's just dungeon programming. I don't get it.
I don't know that I could compose this music, but I could probably learn to play that in 6 months.
You could be a dungeon synth star, bro.
I feel like I could learn to play this.
That'd be the pick of the litter. Those women back there, you can have any one of them, bro. Just these crazy cultures that pop up around this shit just are like super wild to me, like this and the those freaky realistic baby dolls that I showed her in his entire like convention of them and everything like that. Way too crazy.
Well, and you know what drugs are these people on? To me, that's the most interesting part. It's like,
I don't even know
what does a person have to take to get to this point?
They're on some medieval potion or some shit. They're on some mead.
And I do like Aphrodite, for the record. It's just she is kind of fun to take shots at times.
I like Aphrodite. She's funny and she talks shit back. I think that's funny. She doesn't just rage quit.
Oh, she's a handful. Absolutely. Yep.
So what are the modern day drugs? I don't even know what they're taking nowadays. Are they?
I don't fucking know. I'm an old man.
I think it's kind of common that they just do that. What is that shit called where you see those machine elves and all that shit?
Oh, DMT.
Yeah, I think they just kind of hate that shit nowadays. Like a common thing. Like we wouldn't have never even been able to get that. At least me, in my day, I would have never been able to even get that shit.
Yeah.
I just read about it on Eurowid.
Same.
Right. Read about that and Terrence McKenna shit. I was like, wow, but you'd had no chance to get that. At least
You have to make it. You have to learn how to make it.
Yeah, that lady's down. The one in the middle there, she's ready.
Oh yeah, she's peeking.
He's gonna be on Jim Bob tomorrow. He's gonna be covering Dungeons and realistic babies. Shout out to Jim Bob.
Wow.
We are the champions, my friends.
Champion of opiate taking.
Hello, travelers. I'm the Thread Mage, and this is Assorted Potions. Thank you to the Tiny Minotaur, Mort White, Apoxapon, all the travelers, my brother Deep Gnome, who will be taking the stage quite shortly.
The dude in the back's wearing a Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt.
Nice. I have a concatenated set to keep us on time today, so I will just jump into it. Just know that you're loved, and any day where you fight for a better day is a day full of magic. This first song is unreleased, and it's about friendship.
This shit is wild, bro. These are the guys that are gonna fight the blacks that are invading us. These guys here. Your grandchildren will be speaking Ebonic for sure. Look at the dude's mullet in the back.
I think you secretly like this, Drew.
I get a kick out of it, dude.
Because I know you were getting into the synthesizer music.
Can't look away. Like you would have been beat up if you did this shit back when I was in high school.
Yeah, I mean, or just such an outcast, nobody would have bothered.
And now you get $250,000 views doing this. We're in the wrong genre, man. I gotta skip ahead. Let's see what he's got.
But I'll tell you what, I don't see is any 50-year-olds there. That's the key.
That's the limit.
Yeah, there's no 50. My new hypothesis is that Gen X is forever young. They're never going to realize that they're actually not young anymore.
Like Tom McDonald.
Is he Gen X?
I don't know. Well, maybe I mean his listeners, I guess.
I'm talking about people me and your age.
Yeah, that's who listens to him.
Oh yeah, I guess. Well, yeah, you're probably right then. But yeah, they just forever young. They're never gonna figure it out. Oh wait, we're old now, and our time has passed us by because it's always about the youth, man. It's always necessarily about the youth, and we ain't the youth no more. I hate to break it to the audience, but there's basically no young people here. Effectively, nobody here is young. I know it
right.
sucks to hear that, but it's true.
Maybe Stephen David might be the youngest person here, maybe that I've seen at least. Maybe some.
Well, is he older than 29?
I think so. I'm not 100%
Well,
sure.
well, he's old.
I think he's in his 30s.
Okay. If you can't pass for 29, you're old, folks. Accept it. Embrace it.
Well, these kids
It is what it is.
Pussies, I'd rather be old. But is that what every generation says? Where there's like
Yeah, and by the way, there's good music. I'm listening to music that's made in 2024. There is good music, folks.
What do you got?
Oh, I'm all emo as fuck, so don't go by my taste.
You listen to that emo shit?
I've always liked emo music. I was listening to emo style music before it was even called that. Hell yeah. Now I like a lot of other kind of music too.
About the identity
Let's go back to the blacks here. Let's see what the blacks are up to.
and
Talking about the new blacks, all right?
misinformation about the identity of the perpetrator. In Plymouth, at least 3 police officers have been injured during disorder in the city centre. Around 150 police officers were deployed to quell the violence. In Belfast, police came under attack from a small group throwing rockets and other missiles. A bin was set alight and at least 1 petrol bomb was thrown.
I know you're into a little bit of that woo-woo, but it seems like this type of shit always pops off around this time of the year, like the end part of the summer. Is that like the human beings like buck season, when the human beings like mating season, when they're all just fucking rowdy as fuck?
Yeah, I mean, the heat definitely does stuff to people, but I don't know. Is it even hot over there? But this time of year, like, I don't know what the climate's like, but yeah, something's going on.
But they're I don't know. It's like those they call it the dog days of summer, when Sirius is above the horizon.
Well, and real quick before I forget, and because most people don't have a memory these days, like, shit blowing up and people attacking people in fucking Belfast is nothing new. Just want to put that out there. It's kind of business as usual in a way,
Okay, Stephen David's 37, so yeah.
Yep, you're old.
You're old, bro.
To you, but you're old.
I wish I was 37 though. So there you go.
Yeah.
So here's what they're doing now over there too. They're like just coming to your house.
Actually, well, he's in his prime technically, but yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
37. When's the man's prime? What is it like?
I think for most of us, I'd say 35 to 45 for most men.
Yeah, 45.
Probably push it to 50.
Now. I feel like I'm starting to slow down finally.
Yeah, I don't know. I know you were wanting to lose.
Maybe now I'm done.
Oh, is this the last one?
Oh yeah, this is definitely the last one.
How do you know that? I mean, are you in charge of that?
I'm gonna make sure.
Okay. Again, none of my business, but you know what I'm getting
I don't
at.
mind talking about. I'm gonna go to the vet.
All right. Well,
take care of me, but I gotta get there before I fuck up. Tell my wife to
dude.
Away from me.
What is if it's any of my business? What's Layla think about that being the last one? Is she good with that? Or?
Oh yeah, we're outnumbered now.
Is this 3 boys, by the way?
No, this new one's a girl.
Oh, okay. Well, no, that's perfect. Yeah, 2 boys and a girl. There you go.
The boys are bad though, man. They're both 2 years old right now because they're born 11 months apart.
Oh man.
And then the oldest one, he'll be 3 this week actually. But
I know.
They're bad, bro. They're bad. I shouldn't say bad. They're just like mischievous boys, man. Just
Y'all should have seen the hell I was giving Drew when there was a chance that his son was going to be born on my birthday. It was glorious. I don't know if you remember that.
These boys, though, man, it's a whole different game because I had the girls I raised before. They were
Yeah,
chill until
yeah.
they were like teenagers. But these boys are wild, bro. Jumping off of shit, whacking each other, wrestling and each other down all day and shit.
Oh, you fucking love it.
It's kind of cool to be honest, but damn,
You can't fool me.
I'm tired. I'm like, dude. I'll be like 60 when they're in high school. They'll be like, "Who's this? Your grandfather?"
Yeah. That's
Oh,
it. I don't know
well.
how that's going to work out. You know, I think my dad's parents were about you. I think they had about the same
Like
age
40s.
difference. Yeah.
It's fine.
You'd be all right.
Yeah. Layla's young. She can keep up with them.
There you go.
Okay, so
What do you mean I can't have any alcohol?
okay, well I'll tell you. Okay, the time's 20 to 3, 14:40. I'm arresting you on suspicion of improper use of the electronic communications network. I'm just
What?
127
He's getting arrested for posting on Facebook.
of the Communications Act. Okay, so you do not have to say it. That may harm your defence if you do not mention one question, something which later are in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Do you understand that?
So I'm actually being
You're
arrested.
going to be arrested, okay?
Right,
So you
and-
go up to the police station.
Right.
Ask you, okay, this is in relation to some comments that you've made on a Facebook page.
Well, I think everybody that uses Facebook should be arrested.
Crime, is it?
Okay?
Right.
So we need to ask you some questions about that.
Right.
I mean, those cops over there don't even have guns. How could you? They're just like security guards, basically, right? If that guy really wanted to, he could take this woman down. I mean, they know where he lives and they know his name and everything, so I guess he's fucked. But if he really wanted to, I don't think she could contain him.
In your pockets. I've got my keys. I got. No,
She's ready to go hands on. She's getting the gloves.
Anyone who's been arrested, we can search them under Section 32 and basically level attack.
Right.
That's for dangerous items.
Fucking retarded Tom Hardy here.
I was going to be arrested under some what information? But I'm going to be arrested for posting on Facebook.
Made some comments that are offensive, obscene, and people have made a complaint about that. And it's
And can you tell me what this comment was?
Okay, well we'll do that when we interview.
All right. And so, when am I going to be locked up for the night, or?
Well, hopefully not.
Right. Do I need to
Unless
take my
you bill
medications
us.
with me?
Yes, we will look at taking all of those.
When do you need to take them?
Well, I've got pain medications. I've got sleeping medication. I've got anxiety medications, which I might take one of those in a bit.
Yeah, all these boomers just sitting on Facebook all day, popping pills, taking all their meds and shit, all their boomer meds.
You know,
dude.
Take everything with us, then you've got everything there, haven't you?
And then we've got a nurse up there. They'll be able to.
Okay.
They'll be able to come and see you, and then once you've been there, they can assess whether or not medication can be issued. All right. So what we're going to do is, if you want to pop yourself up, we're just going
All right.
to search.
You need the glasses.
Yeah, search you.
To come with you.
My glasses.
Yeah. Do you want to take them with you?
His wife, you done fucked up now, Tom.
She probably turned him in.
Yeah, probably. It's like this bloke is racist.
Yeah, that's the face of a woman who dropped a dime.
Damn. You watch the Olympics? I know you're an Olympics fan. You've been watching any of it?
No, I haven't.
Me neither.
Yeah. Well, see, now that the rage is gone, I'm just left with the depression that I never knew was there. So
you can get the rage back.
Not in Live.
Attention, attention. This is a police message. The crowd should disperse immediately as force is about to be used against violent individuals.
Can you pause it?
No.
That looks like a scene from the movie Brazil from like 1985. I'm not even kidding.
I was gonna say RoboCop.
Oh, close enough. That's only a couple of years later. Yeah.
Given.
Yeah, they predicted it, huh? They knew it was gonna come to this shit.
Well, even it visually looks like it. It's fucking bizarre.
I remember like a lot of different movies, they showed like the youth all looking crazy with like, I don't remember if they had like piercings, but they definitely had like mohawks, green hair, blue hair, and like the Ninja Turtles movie and everything, the live action one. They had all those youths living underground, looking like freaks. That's what they look like now, though. They look fucking nuts.
Yeah, a lot of the comic books had depictions like that too, and movies. Yeah, and that's what people look like now. Absolutely.
Yeah, they look fucking crazy.
Oh, come on.
This is just some fucking drunk guy. Who's that lesbian helping him up?
It's a big dude, though. They're trying to get him up.
Ben Thorpe. Two-tier policing. The police won't engage here, so this must be the ground.
Right, I'm moving with the police because fuck this.
Well, I think that's code for Sharia law, personally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you don't need police if it's Sharia law. There's no need for police.
That's what the defund the police movement's all about.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when I start hearing two-tiered policing and they don't intervene in one culture, but they do in the other culture for the same act. That's what I hear is like, because eventually, and I don't know who covered it, but somebody covered this thing about as the Muslim population increases in a country, like the Muslims' behavior becomes. Oh, okay, good. I thought it was. Yeah, man. Like
percentages, they go into like free.
Yeah, that's what
liberal world.
That's what we're seeing.
Yeah, let me pull that up because that's actually a really good article. If people haven't seen that.
Yeah, that's what this is, if you ask me. But it's going to get to where I can't even really talk about this stuff because, like, I don't even give a fuck anymore. Like, I really didn't care that much in the first place. But, dude, I don't even care. Burn the whole fucker down. I mean, just get it over with. But if I keep talking about it, I think people are going to get the wrong idea that like I actually like have a side. It's like, no, I don't. I'm not on team white people, for the record.
Okay, I thought I found that thing, but I didn't. I'll keep looking for it. Hold on while I play somehow. You're not on team white? Down with
No, man. I got no problem with white people, but I don't feel like I'm clicked up or anything.
It's Trudeau, dude. He's a character. You got any insights on the election?
No, I'm rooting for Harris so I can talk shit to a bunch of bozos back home, but other than that, no. And remember, folks, she's not officially the nominee yet, so it's not even a done deal. There's still time for more shenanigans and fuckery.
Yeah, when's that DNC? It's at end of the month or something?
It's coming up, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a couple more weeks, I think. And it looks like she's a shoe-in, but, that's not, there's still time for things to change. But I would expect she's going to be the nominee.
Yeah, me too. But I would say that it's definitely artificial, like astroturf support, because I think if they really had all the support like they're claiming that what she's pulling at, I don't think you'd see her shilling for that money that hard.
Makes sense.
I'm sure they got a way to funnel her all the money she needs, but they got her out there shilling. I saw one that said, I tried to verify it, but I couldn't. It said that some gay OnlyFans guy said she was offering to pay him $1,500 to talk shit about Trump online.
Not surprised.
Yeah, but it was like gay OnlyFans. I was like, yeah, I don't really need to like look this shit up.
No,
I'll just
no,
believe
we're
it. I'll just believe it.
off the fucking rails, man.
Yeah, Trump. Okay, so Trump did this video today with this.
Lost my audio. Am I here? Must be
Oh, am I not
fucking
on?
great.
Did I? Damn, I forgot to switch the page. My bad.
Oh, there you go.
They showed Trump this
Out the door really quick. Just I
fucking
want to show the rap.
Cybertruck.
Check out this rap and let me know your honest thoughts.
I think it's incredible. I think it's incredible.
This is some kid that's I don't even know who the hell he is. Aiden Ross or some shit.
Oh yeah, I know who that is.
I don't know who that is, but Trump was on his shit today.
So you know what they did? What Google did is they took or they let it happen. See the Secret Service agents here?
Yeah.
They're angry in there. They put smiles on their face.
Right.
You heard about that?
Yeah, no.
That's just terrible.
Yeah, I know. But that's how easy it is to manipulate everything.
It's a little bit scary.
This is a wrestling promo.
We need
Right.
like a system where we can quickly fact check things and see if it's real and authentic.
Yeah, and right now they don't.
I think Vince McMahon is personally producing this.
So I know we're not going to drive.
I wouldn't doubt it. That's probably why he had to sell the company. It's just too much, man. He's doing this shit now.
I mean that looks like a wrestling promo, like outside the arena or whatever.
They pull up in the vehicle and shit into the arena. That's exactly what it looks like.
What a fucking joke.
I think it's to the point where it's just bad on purpose. Just because even on Twitter, you go in these things and you read the comments, and even people are like, "This shit can't be real. This has to be like a parody. They have to be fucking with us." That's becoming a more common sentiment now.
But the boomers can't spot it. Everything's 100% real to the boomer.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't have any good shit. I want to see some more fucking fights, man. I don't have shit. Here we go. Ooh, here we go.
What the fuck?
What the fuck was that? It's the Jew Tunnels.
Huh.
Jew Tunnels 2024. They're back.
That's just fucking weird.
Yeah, I thought there'd be some better shit here with some better fights, man.
Young kids just died. For who? And they are still sleeping. The system is failed. Whole system is fucked up. That need to be changed. Losing their life without any cause. Young kids just died. For who? And they are still sleeping. The system is failed. Whole system is fucked up. That need to be changed.
Colin Kaepernick right there or what? They rolled him out. Zigzag man.
Jeez.
Who else is hitting that link, man? Come on up. We need to get this shit going. EBT's in the chat. Swing on up, partner.
Partner.
We need to hear EBT talk about the blacks.
Oh yes.
I'd like to hear his opinion on the coloreds. These are different though over there. This is more Muslims, I guess, over there. Yeah, look at NASDAQ down 1,000.
Yeah, that's the sell off.
I saw the on Sunday night, it said like the Jap market opened and it was like just instantly tanked the moment it opened. That's why I was wondering if that was going to go down on Monday.
Well,
here,
but that
I don't really know that much about it.
well, see, that's because Japan was one of like 3 countries that had a negative interest rate for a long ass time. So they finally went positive on their interest rate. That's why they're down so much. It's basically like it's factoring in the fucking what they think the rates are going to be. But again, I know just enough to be dangerous. Like I don't really know enough about it to speak on it beyond that. But that's something I noticed was when Japan, like a month ago or whatever, went positive for first time in like 26 years on their interest rate. I knew something was up. So that makes sense. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, this clip's 33 seconds, so you know it's a truth drop.
Oh, yeah.
What do you say to these accusations about two-tier policing?
There's no two-tier policing. There is policing without fear or favour, exactly as it should be, exactly what I would expect and require. So that is a non-issue. The focus here is not on the apparent motivation of anybody involved in this. This is not protest. This is violence. It's violence on our streets being inflicted and targeted on communities, and we're not going to tolerate.
How many fingers am I holding up, Winston? How many fingers am I holding up?
Is that 1984?
Yeah, that's all that is. It's like, look, he's just telling you what the fuck to believe.
Yeah, a lot of these Brits have real punchable faces.
Yeah, fuck these motherfuckers.
Fuck these Brits, man. Oh my god.
Professional liars. Although I will say one thing about the Brits, I do have to respect that they burned down the White House. That was pretty fucking cool. Good job, Brits.
Okay, Republicans are trying to meme and call it Kamala's crash. She's not even the president.
Well, and this is not a stock market crash. It's a correction. It's a very different thing.
Where's Joe? Is he just gone?
Maybe he's spending time with that granddaughter, that new granddaughter of his.
Britain's new prime minister. Look at this fucking guy.
Bad on purpose.
Yeah, come on. That dude can punch harder than that. Yeah,
I don't know, man. Maybe he can't.
Bad on purpose. Man, it's so hard. You get stuck on wanting to guess what it is, but it's like, it just seems like it's just, well, it's that fifth generation warfare. It's just there to piss you off, I guess.
Oh, since you guys were mentioning the 5G earlier, I keep up with some of that news, and apparently Verizon's starting to roll out actual 5G like right now.
Well, what's the shit they got now? The shit they have now is not even 5G or what?
Yeah, apparently there's standalone and non-standalone. I don't really understand it, but I'm trying to learn about it. So yeah, really what they've been calling 5G the whole time is really like 4.5G. It's not even really true 5G.
Yeah, it's not that much faster, in my opinion, the shit I have than what I had before, because I have 5G, but I haven't noticed a significant improvement. So the shit that they're rolling out now that you said is the real 5G, is that going to be you'll be able to notice it?
I think so, probably. Like
faster.
Like I'm on US Mobile. I'm on the Verizon side because they have Verizon and T-Mobile, but I hit like 1.2 gigabits here in LA, but it's kind of hit or miss, like it's not all the time.
Yeah, this is a movie right here.
Yeah. God, how long till the movies are fucking vertical like this? That's gonna happen, right?
Vertical movie?
Yeah, why not?
It's already happened.
Probably.
Sorry, guys.
Nothing even happened.
Well, it's a dumpster fire.
And my car's there, bro. All right.
What is this shit? This book was written in 1981. Eyes of Darkness, Dean Koontz. What does it say? It says in around 2020. Oh, this is the COVID shit. A severe pneumonia-like illness was spread throughout the globe, attacking lungs and bronchial tubes and resisting all known treatments. They called it the Wuhan 400 because it was developed in their rDNA labs outside of the city of Wuhan, and it was the 400th viable strain of man-made microorganisms created. Dean Kuntz predicted.
Well, so I know you were like pretty hardcore on the there is no like COVID's just totally fake. Like, are you still on that, or I'm just curious?
Oh, yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I think it's just the flu. The same shit. You think it's real? Well, your mother had it, right?
Fuck, I had it, but I had a lot of other shit at the same time, so it's kind of hard to tell what was what. You know, I was so fucked up for so long, but who knows, man.
It at all. Math is basically racist under this ideology because it says there is no such thing as an objective reality. So 4 might not be the right number. 2 plus 2 might actually equal 5.
Okay, quickly. So I'm done. Mr. Sanders.
Well, and real quick, this is my thing about the right, where anything that sounds ridiculous to people who think they're conservatives, they immediately assume it'll never happen because it sounds ridiculous. But yeah, that sounds ridiculous, but that doesn't mean that people won't actually think that way just because it seems ridiculous. Look at how much other bullshit that seems ridiculous has come to pass.
Right, like trans kids and shit.
Exactly. So that's where I would challenge the people who think they're conservative. Every time you hear some shit that sounds ridiculous from a person like that lady or whatever that thing is, please fight your natural urge to just go, well, that's ridiculous. That'll never happen. And remember all the stuff that initially sounded ridiculous that has happened. And realize, wait a minute, this bitch seems fucking retarded and this sounds ridiculous, but we probably ought to pay attention.
That's true.
Thank you. Anyway, I feel like I've criticized the good, hardworking American traditional folk enough. So yeah, the Kung Fu flu. There you go. I'm gonna get out of here. Maybe E will show up. I'm a big fan, so I'd like to hear.
All right, we'll see. We'll see if he shows up. I'll give him like 5
commentary.
minutes. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
man.
he's not going to show, but you never know. He might,
Depends how drunk he is,
or maybe not drunk enough.
Maybe he'll do an after party.
There you go. All right, man. I missed your last stream. I know it got privated or whatever. That was a bit of a bummer. You might think about keeping those to where I can watch them. You know, like email me a link.
Computer fucked up.
Oh, shocking! I'm astonished that your
I have
computer
this
fucked
new
up.
computer and it's fucking. It like updated the BIOS. It did all this crazy shit, and I had it plugged in, and then it said like, "Oh, it's dead." It wasn't reading that it was like plugged in.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Well, I've said my piece on all that, so I won't bother you any further. But I hope it works out. I mean, you know.
Yeah,
anyway,
we'll see.
Yeah. All right, man. I'm out of here. Later.
Peace. Anyone else coming on up? I know Steven the Sanity Machine was chomping at the bit to get in here earlier. He was in the back when I started the stream. The Sanity Machine was in the back. He left a bunch of comments. He wrote, "Don't be a bitch. Don't be afraid. You have me banned, bitch boy. Why are you so scared, Drew? Baby truther, chubby." I went on his stream the other night. I said, "Hey, bro, you turn the cam on and I'll turn the cam on. We'll see who's balder and who's chubbier. Let's go." He wouldn't do it. He uses a 20-year-old picture like a fucking catfish cougar. Let me give it a little more. Another spin here on the Twitter machine. Nothing's catching my eye. I'm just gonna shut it down. It's good to chat with Benton. Says it's almost like the police stood around and allowed this hotel and family to get on fire. Okay, so this is the one where they're setting the migrants up in this hotel, and then the protesters went and man, fuck that Holiday Inn. My first-hand experience from going out to those Minneapolis riots was those police stood down no matter what. Whoever was there, whether it was police, National Guard, or whatever, they were just standing there in formation, just like those guys did, and they didn't stop anyone from doing anything except for Target and Walgreens. They mobilized when anyone tried to get into those Target and Walgreens because of the pharmaceuticals. So the only thing they were green lit to stop, I think, was those pharmaceutical attempts. Anything else, you can do whatever you want. They were looting right in front of them and everything. Nobody moved a muscle. Same shit. Same shit. Okay, this guy's like a huge meme now. That's like the shooter, the Olympic shooter from Turkey. And he didn't use any of the fucking equipment that all the other ones use. Too cringe.
About this.
Oh shit, here's a new one we got. Why are the sunflowers acting strange lately? I want to play this one if no one else shows up. I'm gonna shut it down after this one. Let's see. This already looks funny.
You guys tell me what you think about this. Can you see those sunflowers? Sunflowers have a thing called heliotropism. They face the sun and curve their face towards the sun every day, all day, every hour to absorb the sun. Can you see there? Yeah. Yeah, they got their face turned away from the sun here. Now, if you look up over through there, you can see the beans and the corn and all that kind of stuff. And they don't have much choice. It's either grow straight up or fall down. But these sunflowers have a completely different mechanism. And for some reason, they don't like the sun. Now,
Sun simulator, dude.
But I'm inclined to say that the very people that took down my videos also might be responsible for this. And I don't know that to be the truth. And I have no one to point a finger at.
We got to find this guy's channel. Hold on. What is his thing? It's a TikTok. I can't read it because he's got that thing covering it.
No, that these sunflowers are not facing the right direction.
Damn it. I want to go to his TikTok, but I can't read his little thing. Hold on. Let's see if I see this dude again. Where did that dude go, man? The sunflower dude. Now he's gone. Oh, well. Don't forget, man, you are in a 5th generation warfare, emotional manipulation, misinformation, disinformation. If you got a laptop, you got a computer, you got a phone. We know you got a phone, man. Do your part. Add a little bit out there that you can. Maybe somebody will stumble across your video. More and more people are jumping into these rabbit holes and trying to figure out what's going on. Maybe, just maybe, you can help a baby truther speed run through these rabbit holes at least a little bit. I don't know. I think that's the only thing we can really do right now. if you feel so inclined. But yeah, all right, man. Thanks to everyone that's here. I do appreciate everyone's time. And peace out.